Another kind of problem on binomial distribution from page number 262. So I said you that the previous type of problem being discussed. Now a question is given, data is given to, at last it is given that fit a binomial distribution to the data. So in the previous question, there is no such a direct question. You need to find out what is the probability. Then you are making a step-by-step analysis, and you are calculating the required probabilities. This is the another category. So let us read out that. In an office, there are 150 employees. So here the total employees are 150, and the pattern of their absence for duty in a particular month is recorded in the following table. Fit a binomial. So no need to confuse at all here. Fit a binomial distribution means you need to make use of PMF or the probability function for binomial distribution. The previous we are going to use the same PMF, but in the previous one we are just calculating the probabilities. Here you are going to fit the distribution. Let us see what are the major steps in fitting a binomial distribution. So you need to identify. So we have identified it's a binomial, fitting of binomial distribution. So you know that we write that as x follows b and p. Now here I said you that you should identify the p and q for the distribution while doing the previous problems. But here to calculate this p, you cannot calculate like the previous one. Here p is nothing but what is p of x? NCX, p power x, q power n minus x. X is equal to 0, 1, 2, so on, n. Where p is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure. So to calculate p, p cannot be calculated, or p won't be given to you in this type of questions. P you need to calculate. In the previous problem we have a coin problem, we have identified p as half. In the another problem p is given as 30%, but unlike those, here you need to calculate p using a formula. The formula for p is nothing but x bar by n. P is nothing but x bar by n. X bar is nothing but mean. What is the formula for mean? Sigma fi xi by sigma fi. You are given with a distribution which is based on binomial distribution. We know that whenever x is a binomial variate, we write like this, and it's PMF of this form. I said you that you should identify NP here to do any steps. So P should be calculated. The formula for P is nothing but x bar by n, where x bar is nothing but mean, which is nothing but sigma fi xi by sigma fi, n is nothing but number of trials. Now fitting of a distribution involves three columns called fitting. We are fitting here binomial distribution. Either fitting of, you have only two categories, fitting of binomial and Poisson. Fitting of any distribution means you need to frame a table with the columns called x. You should calculate p of x and expected frequencies. These are the three columns you should calculate. X you are given in the question, x assumes the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are also given with f is given to you. So you should fill x is given to you. You should calculate these two columns. For that, as we are using the binomial distribution, p of x is NCX, p power x, q power n minus x. Just now we wrote the formula for p is x bar by n. So x bar is nothing but again sigma fi xi by sigma fi. So to know the value of p, and once p is known to you, you can calculate q by 1 minus p. So as you should know p and q, let us calculate p first. So how to calculate p means you should calculate x bar first. So to calculate that, here given with x and f, I think you know how to calculate mean. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second column given to you represents f in the given question. Please look into your textbook. This is the given data to you. So sigma fi xi means you should multiply these two. 0 into fx column you should calculate. 0 into 28, 1 into 62, 2 into by adding this, sigma fx is nothing but 200. Sigma fi means you should add this column, which is nothing but 150. So you are given, you have calculated sigma fx and sigma f. So you can go for x bar. What is the formula for x bar? Sigma fi xi by sigma fi. We got sigma fi xi column as 200, sigma f as 150, which is nothing but 4 by 3. Okay, now what is n? N is nothing but what is the range for 0? X is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on n. Am I right? This is the range in binomial distribution. What are the values given to you in the question? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last one stands for n. Again I repeat, in binomial distribution, to identify n in fitting, x is equal to x generally takes the values from 0, 1, 2, 3, so on n. Here x in the table, x is assuming the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here therefore n is nothing but 4. P is nothing but x bar by n, which is nothing but 4 by 3 into 1 by 4. 1 by n means it will be 1 by 4. You go P as 1 by 3. Q will be 1 minus P, which is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 3, which is nothing but 2 by 3. So we have calculated P and Q. Again you write P of x, NCX. N is nothing but 4 here, NCX. P power x means 1 by 3 whole power x. Q power x means 2 by 3 whole power n minus x. Now I said you that fitting of any distribution involves 3 columns called x, p of x and expected frequencies. So as you need p of x, what I did is nothing but first I have calculated the expression for p of x. As it is binomial distribution, it is NCX, p power x, q power n minus x. As n can be identified, small n can be identified from the data itself. P is to be calculated using this formula. So I have calculated P and so Q. So I wrote the expression for P of x. So in fitting, the first column is given to you. You should calculate first one. P of 0 is to be calculated, means when x is 0, 4c 0, 1 by 3 whole power 0, 2 by 3 whole power 4 minus x. I think you know 4c value is 1. 1 by 3 whole power 1 is 1, 2 by 3 whole power 4, which is nothing but 2 power 4 by 3 power 4, okay, which is nothing but 2 power 4 by 2 power 4 means 16 by 81, which is nothing but the 0.1975. Write this value here. Okay, what is the next value for x? X is 1. So P of 1 is equal to 4c1, 1 by 3 whole power 1, 2 by 3 whole power 4 minus 1. I'll write the value here directly, which is nothing but 4c1 is nothing but 4 into 1 by 3 into 2 by 3 whole cube, which is nothing but 0.3951. So write this value here. When x is equal to 2, P of 2. 4c2, 1 by 3 whole square, 2 by 3 whole power, 4 minus 2, which is nothing but 0.2963. Similarly, next value is nothing but P of 3. 4c3, 1 by 3 whole cube, 2 by 3 whole power 4 minus 3, which is nothing but 0.0968. When P is the last value, when x is equal to 4, 4c4, 1 by 3 whole power 4, 2 by 3 whole power 4 minus 4, which is nothing but 0.0123. So we have filled the second column. What are the values you got? 0.2963 when x is equal to, when x is equal to 3 is 0.0988, when x is equal to 4 it is 0.013. So we have calculated the second column. Now let us go to the third column, which is nothing but expected frequencies. Expected frequencies formula is nothing but capital N into P of x. Capital N means, what do you call a capital N is nothing but total of frequencies. This sigma n is also called, is also indicated with capital N. So capital N here is 150, means 150 into P of x. So you should multiply 0.1975 into 150, which is nothing but 30 approximately. You will get in decimals, but as no frequencies can be in decimals, I am rounding it to the nearest integers. Similarly, 0.3951 into 150, which is nothing but 59 approximately. 0.2963 into 0.150, which is nothing but 44. 0.0988 into 150, which is nothing but 15, and 0.013 into 150, which is nothing but 2. So we have calculated fitting, means I said you that fitting involves finding the expected frequencies. To calculate expected frequencies, you should have P of x. So we have calculated the expected frequencies. So add all these 30 plus 59 plus 44 plus 45 plus 15 plus 2. Okay. By adding all these expected frequencies, you should get a value nearer to 150. Then you can say that whatever calculations or the problem done is clear. Correct. Means after calculating the expected frequencies, to cross check your values, please add all these expected frequencies. That should be equal to capital N approximately. Means if it is 150, you can get from 150, 145 onwards, you may get 145, 146. You should get a value which is approximately equal to capital N. Then whatever the calculations or problems are done by you is correct. Okay, thank you.